People in the village still talk about what happened to Ada. Some say it was jealousy, others say it was wickedness. But one thing is sure, Ada really suffered. Ada was just 23 when she married Emeka. She was a quiet girl, raised in a simple home. Her father was a palm wine tapper and her mother sold ogi in the village market. They didn't have much, but they had peace. That peace ended the day Ada moved into her husband's house. Emeka was Mama Nkechi's only son, her pride, her entire life. She raised him alone after her husband died, and she never let anyone forget it. From the start, Mama Nkechi didn't want Ada. She said Ada was too quiet, too slow, and didn't come from a proper family. But Emeka insisted. He loved Ada. He told everyone, including his mother, that he would marry her no matter what. The wedding happened, but the real marriage started with war. On Ada's first morning in her new home, she woke up early, swept the entire compound, and cooked yam porridge. Mama Nkechi didn't eat it. "Is this what your mother taught you to cook?" she asked, pushing the plates aside. Ada apologized and asked what she could make next time. Mama Nkechi hissed and walked away. That was just the beginning. Every day, Ada tried to please her. She washed Mama Nkechi's clothes, fetched water, cleaned the house, and even stopped going to her own mother's place. But nothing she did was ever enough. When Emeka was around, Mama Nkechi would pretend. She would act sweet, even joking with Ada. But once Emeka traveled for work, and he traveled a lot, the real trouble started. Mama Nkechi would wake Ada as early as 4:30 a.m. "You think this is your father's house? You came here to enjoy?" she would shout. If Ada didn't sweep the compound before sunrise, she would pour water on the floor and make Ada scrub it again. If Ada cooked, she would say it was tasteless. If Ada wore a new wrapper, she would ask where she got the money from. "Are you selling my son in secret?" she would say. It got worse when Ada became pregnant. Instead of joy, her pregnancy brought more trouble. Mama Nkechi accused her of being lazy. "Just because you are carrying a child doesn't mean you will turn into a log of wood," she said one afternoon. That same week, Mama Nkechi made Ada wash her clothes, clean the chicken coop, and grind pepper at the local mill, all in one day. By evening, Ada fainted. A neighbor found her lying on the floor near the backyard tap. People started noticing. One of the elders' wives called Emeka privately. "Your wife is not well. Your mother is treating her like a house girl." Emeka confronted his mother, but she denied everything. "I'm only trying to make her strong. Women of nowadays are weak. If I don't teach her, who will?" Emeka begged her to be gentle. She agreed, but only in words. Behind closed doors, it became worse. She insulted Ada's family. She mocked her looks. When Ada cried, she told her to go back to her parents if she wasn't strong enough to stay married. One Sunday afternoon, Ada called her mother. Her voice shook as she spoke. "Mama, I'm tired. I feel like I'm dying slowly." Her mother wanted her to come home, but Ada refused. "If I leave now, they will say I couldn't stay in my marriage. Mama Nkechi will dance with joy. I can't give her that pleasure." So she stayed and suffered. 3 months into her pregnancy, Ada had lost a lot of weight. Her cheeks were no longer full. Her steps were slower. Even her laughter disappeared. She hardly spoke anymore. When neighbors greeted her, she just nodded. The only time she smiled was when Emeka returned from his trips. One day, Emeka returned from Lagos and noticed Ada had bruises on her leg. She told him she slipped, but he didn't believe her. He started watching her more closely. He stayed home for 2 weeks and noticed how his mother treated Ada. The commands, the insults, the constant complaints. He finally sat down with his mother. Mama, you are hurting Ada. She's not strong. You need to stop. Mama Nkechi scoffed. So I should pamper her while she turns you into her puppet? That girl is pretending. She wants to chase me out of my own house. Emeka shook his head. She's carrying your grandchild. Mama Nkechi replied coldly, a child that may not even look like us. That statement stayed in Emeka's mind. It confused him. Was Mama implying Ada was unfaithful or just being wicked again? That night, he apologized to Ada. He said he would take her away soon, but before he could act on it, he was called back to Lagos urgently for work. The day Emeka traveled, Ada cried, not because of the work trip, but because she knew what would come next. More shouting, more punishment, more insults. 2 days after Emeka left, Mama Nkechi woke Ada at 4 a.m. She said she had invited some church women for a meeting and wanted everything to be perfect. Ada was forced to clean the house from top to bottom. No rest, no food, just stress. By noon, Ada was exhausted. She begged to rest, but Mama Nkechi mocked her. You think pregnancy is an excuse? Women in my time farmed with their bellies full. You just sleep and eat. By evening, Ada was shaking. Her feet were swollen. She went to her room to lie down, but Mama Nkechi followed her in. You didn't cook dinner. What will the women eat after night prayers? Ada got up again, cooked reluctantly. She couldn't even taste the food. She just wanted to sleep. Around 8 p.m., the women came. Mama Nkechi praised Ada loudly in front of them. This is my daughter-in-law, very hard-working, she said, smiling. But once the women left, the insults returned. That night, Ada didn't sleep. Her back ached badly. Her baby wasn't kicking as usual. She cried silently, holding her belly, whispering prayers. The next morning, she was too weak to get up. Mama Nkechi entered the room and hissed. So you want to pretend you are dying? You won't get pity from me. Get up! She dragged Ada off the bed. Ada collapsed. This time, she didn't get up. Ada hit the floor hard. Her head hit the wall. Mama Nkechi just stood there, watching her. Ada, she called. No response. She walked closer and touched her shoulder. Still nothing. She touched her neck. The pulse was weak. Her eyes widened. Neighbors, please, oh, come and help me. Ada has fainted. People ran in. Women with wrappers tied over their nightgowns. Men came out too. Someone poured water on Ada. Someone else checked for movement. She's breathing, but we need to take her to the hospital, one man shouted. 2 neighbors carried her to the back of a tricycle. She was not moving. A woman followed them. Others stood behind watching Mama Nkechi. What happened? Someone asked. She said Ada fainted. Someone whispered. But we heard shouting earlier. Oh. At the clinic, they gave her oxygen. They took blood. Her pressure was too low. An hour later, the doctor came out and shook his head. She's very weak. And the baby, there's no heartbeat. The woman who came with her gasped. You mean the baby is gone? Yes. We are trying to save the mother now. The doctor called the woman aside. She needs a blood transfusion immediately. Her blood level is too low. Do you know her blood type? No, doctor, but I'll call her husband right now. In Lagos, Emeka was in a meeting when the call came. He stepped outside to answer. Emeka, it's Ada. She collapsed. She's in the hospital. The baby didn't make it. Please come. Emeka didn't say a word. He left the office, got home, and caught the next available bus. At the clinic, the nurses stayed by Ada all night. Around 3 a.m., Ada opened her eyes. She didn't say anything, but tears rolled down her cheeks. She moved her hand to her belly. The nurse looked away. Ada already knew. By morning, Emeka ran into the clinic. My wife, where is she? They took him to her. Ada was awake but very weak. She didn't look at him. He sat beside her and held her hand. Ada, I'm here. I'm sorry. She didn't speak. For the next few days, Ada started to gain strength. The doctor spoke to Emeka. She's lucky to be alive. That kind of blood loss is not small. She can't return to that same environment. No stress, not even a little. She won't, Emeka said. When Ada was discharged, Emeka took her to her parents. Her mother burst into tears. Her father didn't speak. He just sat outside, staring. That night, Emeka called his mother. You almost killed my wife. You killed your own grandchild. Why? Don't raise your voice at me. Mama Nkechi snapped. That girl is a witch. She wants to turn you against your own mother. No, Mama. You are the one who tormented a pregnant woman. The only witch here is the one who did that. Don't come near my wife again. He ended the call. Ada barely spoke. She stayed in her parents' house. Emeka came every day. He cooked, cleaned, stayed quiet and waited. One day, Ada said quietly, I can't stay in this village. Everything reminds me of the baby. Emeka nodded. He sold a piece of land and rented a small flat in Oka. At first, Ada was quiet and distant, but slowly she began to eat again. Then came small smiles. One morning, Emeka came to the room with tea. I have good news. What is it? I got a job. Small one, but at least it's something. Ada nodded. That's good. 3 months later, Ada went for a checkup. The doctor smiled at her. You are pregnant again. Ada stared. Are you sure? Yes, but this time we will monitor everything. She went home and told Emeka. He hugged her. This time, no stress, no Mama Nkechi, just us. In the village, a neighbor told Mama Nkechi, your daughter-in-law is pregnant again, no? They are living in Oka. Mama Nkechi hissed, let her be. I wash my hands off her. But deep inside, she wasn't happy. She was jealous, angry. She couldn't believe Ada was fine, pregnant again, and living without her. She took my son away from me, she muttered. Now she's carrying another child like nothing happened. She visited a herbalist in secret. She asked for a strong mixture. Not to kill, she said, just to weaken her, just to show her I am not useless. She took the herbs and hid them behind her cupboard, waiting. 6 months into Ada's pregnancy, Emeka's cousin was getting married in the village. Emeka didn't want to go, but Ada said, let's go. Are you sure? He asked. Yes, I want to face it. I want peace. I'll only stay 2 days. They stayed at Emeka's uncle's house, not in a family house. But by evening, Mama Nkechi already knew they were in the village. She didn't come to greet them. The next morning, a young girl came. Mama Nkechi said you should come and collect a small gift for your baby. Ada paused. Gift? Yes. She said she wants peace. Ada was quiet. Then she followed the girl. Mama Nkechi was sitting on her wooden chair, calm. You came back, she said. I didn't come to fight. I just want peace. Sit down, Mama Nkechi said. I made small rice for you. You can eat before you go. Ada hesitated, but to avoid drama, she sat down. She took 2 spoons. Thank you. So how's the baby? Mama Nkechi asked. No problem so far. Everything is going well. Mama Nkechi stood. Let me bring the gifts. But before she came back, Ada felt sharp pain in her stomach. Her breath changed. Her legs shook. She stood, took 1 step, then fell to the ground. A neighbor saw her and shouted, Ada, what happened? Mama Nkechi came out slowly, pretending to be surprised. She was just fine now, oh, she said. The neighbor stared at her. We need to take her to the clinic, someone said. A motorcycle was brought. They carried Ada, rushed her to the clinic. At the clinic, the nurses moved quickly. They recognized Ada. Is she pregnant again? One asked. Yes, the neighbor said. She came for a wedding. They placed her on a stretcher. Her eyes were closed. Her body wasn't responding. The doctor ran tests and gave her oxygen. After some time, he turned to the nurse. She's slipping into a coma. Call her husband now. The nurse picked up her phone and dialed. Sir, your wife is in the clinic again. Please come now. Emeka didn't waste time. He ran. When he reached the clinic, he found Ada hooked up to machines. What happened? She was fine this morning, he asked. Did she eat anything unusual? The doctor asked. She went to see my mother, Emeka said, his voice shaking. The doctor paused. She may have been poisoned. Blood samples were rushed to the lab. Hours passed. Ada didn't wake up. When the results came back, the doctor looked at Emeka seriously. This is not ordinary food poisoning. This is from herbs. Strong traditional mixture. Someone gave this to her on purpose. Emeka stood up. Mama. He left the clinic without another word. When he got to the family house, he didn't knock. What did you give to her? He shouted. Mama Nkechi jumped. What are you saying? She's in the clinic, fighting for her life again. And this time, it's poison. Traditional poison. I didn't. Don't lie to me, he yelled. You gave her something. You tried to act nice. Gave her food. Now, she's in coma. Neighbors started to gather. He called the police. They arrived with the lab reports in hand. The house was searched. Behind her cupboard, they found a bottle wrapped in cloth, the same herbs the lab reported. Mama Nkechi was arrested on the spot. Some neighbors defended her. Others said they always suspected something was off. At the clinic, Ada was still unconscious. Emeka never left her side. Please stay with me. Don't go, he whispered. The next morning, the nurse came in quietly. She moved her fingers, she said. Emeka stood up fast. Are you sure? Yes, just now. He bent close. I'm here. You're not alone. Come back to me. Hours later, Ada opened her eyes. Weak, but awake. Tears ran down Emeka's face. Thank God you made it. The doctor came in and checked her. She's stable now. The herbs didn't affect the baby, but she must avoid any stress. She will, Emeka said. I won't let anything touch her again. News of Mama Nkechi's arrest spread fast. Even people in nearby communities heard. At the station, she didn't speak. She just sat quietly, acting like nothing happened. The herbalist was arrested too. He confessed easily. She came and asked for something strong. Said she wanted to weaken the girl. She said the girl was stealing her son. The case became serious. Many people were shocked. Some said she was wicked. Others said she needed help. Meanwhile, Ada was recovering. Slowly, but better. She didn't talk much. Sometimes, she looked at Emeka and asked, why does she hate me so much? Emeka didn't have an answer. He just held her. When she was strong enough to leave the clinic, Emeka rented a small room nearby so they could stay in town for more rest and tests. Every evening, they sat outside, watching people pass. One night, Ada placed her hand on her belly. She's moving, she said. You think it's a girl? I feel it. They smiled for the first time in a long while. One morning, Emeka got a call. Sir, your mother wants to see you. She's asking for you at the station. He didn't want to go, but he did. He sat across her from behind the glass. Is she alive? She asked. Yes, and the baby too. I didn't mean to kill her, she said. But you did. Twice. I just didn't want to be forgotten. Emeka stared at her. She took you from me, she said again. No, you pushed me away. She went quiet. I forgive you, Emeka said, but you still face the law. She nodded. I know. He stood. Goodbye, Mama. He didn't look back. Months later, Ada gave birth to a baby girl. Healthy, strong. The moment was peaceful. They named her Chizaram. God answered me. They went back to Oka. Life was calm again. Ada cared for the baby. Emeka worked and helped out at home. One day, a letter came. The court offered to reduce Mama Nkechi's sentence. After thinking about it, Emeka agreed, but only on one condition. She must never come near Ada or the baby again. A permanent restraining order was signed. When Mama Nkechi heard, she just nodded. She'll grow up not knowing me, she said. But that's my punishment. I accept it. Emeka didn't visit her. He didn't go to the hearing. That part of his life was over. Back home, Ada was healing. Some days were hard, but she was alive. And every time she looked at her daughter, she knew it was worth it. You came from pain, she whispered, but you brought us peace. On Chizaram's first birthday, there was no big party, just the three of them. Ada baked a small cake. Emeka held the baby, one candle lit. Ada looked at her daughter and smiled. You are our new beginning. That night, Ada asked, do you think she will ever ask about your mother? Yes, Emeka replied. And when she does, I will tell her the truth. I will also tell her that you forgave and you lived, and that's why she's here. They sat in silence, holding hands, and that was enough. Moral lessons. A peaceful home is more important than public image. Protect your spouse from toxic family influence. Marriage is not just about love between two people. It must be protected from hatred, jealousy, and manipulation from outsiders, including family. No woman deserves to suffer in silence. If you see something wrong, speak up before it's too late. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Set boundaries. Protect your peace. If you were Emeka, would you have forgiven Mama Nkechi? If you were Ada's friend, what would you have done differently to help her sooner? What advice would you give to someone facing silent suffering in their marriage? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories. Thank you for watching.